bench, listening to the professor lay into some pimply-faced man-boy receptionist. "Well, look again!" The old man waved at the computer screen. "Cardinal Hartman. You do know what a cardinal is, do you not? Cardinal Hartman invited us to this location at this particular date, at this particular time to—" "Mi scusi, signor, but you cannot have an appointment with—" "Blast it all! Don't tell me what I can and cannot have." "But such a thing, it is not—" "I'm sorry. Are you part of some special needs program?"
"Professor."
As usual, Andy, his ever-cheerful assistant, stepped in to try to prove her boss was a human being. As usual, the odds were not in her favor. Meanwhile, Daniel scooted off the bench to get another drink of water. At least that's what I figured. But the way he cocked his head upward like he was listening told me one of his friends was around. Miss Congeniality continued smoothing things over.
"What the professor means is, we've just come from the airport. In fact, we haven't even gone to our hotel because Cardinal Hartman sent a very urgent and very personal request for us to visit him today."
All true. It hadn't even been a month since the professor sent the cardinal that scroll with the fancy writing on it. The one some kid, supposedly from another universe, gave us. I know, long story, and I'm not in the mood. The point is, this cardinal guy, who used to be the professor's mentor back when the professor believed in God, begged us to come. He sweetened the deal by emailing each of us plane tickets, and since I couldn't cash them in, and since neither me nor Daniel have ever been out of the country, and since the professor pulled some strings to get us some fast passports, well, here we were with our old pals, stuck in some backroom reception area that smelled like old men and floor wax. I glanced over to Daniel. He'd passed the water fountain and stood at a wooden door built into the wall, hardly visible. He looked back at me like he wanted something. "What?" I mouthed. He just stood there. "What?" Meanwhile, the professor cranked up his personality to super jerk. "Okay, you do that." The receptionist had gotten up and was heading out of the room. "Only make sure you bring back someone with rudimentary communication skills." Daniel cleared his throat, real loud, to get everyone's attention. We turned to him as he reached for the door. He pushed it open and motioned for us to join him. "What is it now?" the professor said. "Do you wish for us to follow? Do you believe there is something inside there?" Daniel sighed like it was obvious, and for him it probably was. 'Cause like it or not, the kid heard things we never heard, saw things we never saw. And whether the professor believed in any type of higher power or not made no difference. Our last couple of road trips made it clear Daniel was connected to something. So without another word, Dr. Stuffybutt headed over to join the boy. Something was up, and he knew it. So did Cowboy. "What's going on, little fella?" the big jock asked as he rose to his feet. Daniel pointed to the open doorway. It was dark, but you could just make out some narrow steps. Me and Andy glanced at each other, then got up and followed. None of us knew what was going on in that little head of his, but whatever it was, it wouldn't hurt to pay attention. Chapter 2. "Surely you're not serious." "Have I ever lied to you before? Other than matters pertaining to God?" Cardinal Hartman waved the professor off with a bony arthritic hand. "Please, James, do spare us your sophomoric wit. If I've taught you anything, was it not to put aside your prejudices? Weigh all the facts and only then reach a reasonable conclusion." The professor wasn't thrilled about being lectured in front of us, but I didn't mind. It was good to see someone other than me putting him in his place. We'd found the frail old priest stashed away in some musty little apartment on the 3rd floor. If it wasn't for Daniel's inside info, we'd never have gotten to him.